What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Don't Open the Window. As always, my name is Joey Daoud, and I am joined by my co-host, Ronny and Peter Pan from MySpace, Peter Madani.
Wow.
There's a lot of big news this week, guys. A lot of big news. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got the NBA coming back. Should NBA players be rappers, aka Lonzo Ball dropping a track? But the biggest story of the week, obviously, is the situation that is in America and what is happening right now with George Floyd. The murder that occurred, I think it was about 2 weeks ago now. I'm not exactly sure with the dates, with the police officers and everything. And America has been literally turned upside down. There are riots in almost every single city. There are protests. It's become a lot more peaceful in the last few days. I've messaged my friends in New York and LA. They all telling me, you know what, it's starting to calm down. There's a lot more of a peaceful protest. But, we can't talk about the NBA and, have this podcast based solely around the NBA without mentioning the murder of George Floyd, because we've seen so many NBA players come to the front of this and be activists over the year. 6 years ago, there was a death. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Derrick Rose, they were all wearing T-shirts that said,
I can't breathe.
That's exactly right. And, that has somewhat come back because George Floyd, as we all saw in the video, the 10-minute video, screaming, I can't breathe. And it's one of the most chilling videos to watch in the world. Now, we're just podcasters. We're in Australia. We're not exactly. It's not something that's prevalent in our face every single day because we live in such a good community. But recently, these actions have also brought about, the Indigenous Australia Black Lives Matter movement as well. We had a protest in Sydney over the weekend with over 10,000 people. So, is it right that people are rioting right now? Is it right that people are protesting? Are they going about it the right way? What do we think?
Man, this is an interesting one. For me, obviously myself being a person of color, I believe that, and I understand why people are doing some things. I do not condone looting. I do not condone violence. I don't condone any of the behavior that is currently happening that becomes a detriment to any of those communities. You look at Minnesota. Minnesota is pretty much up in flames. They had to pretty much. They're gonna have to rebuild that city, and countless other cities. I believe that the protests will now officially, and riots were officially in every single state in America. So all 52 states, I think, 52. It's going to leave a lot of aftermath. And what I was actually saying to one of my friends before is I just really hope change comes out of all of this. That's probably the most profound thing, and I guess the most profound result that we can get out of everything that's happening at the moment. I also urge people to be careful in what you see on the media and what you the feelings that transpire after you see what you see. I think I was on social media the other day, and a chick was like, this is no good for their reputations. And I had to stop her, and I was like, who's there? And she was referring to black people of color. And I was like, lady, get your facts checked. You know what I mean? You watch some of these videos, dude, and like people protesting, dude. You literally have black people having a peaceful protest, and a white guy just comes out of nowhere with a skateboard and just hits a glass window and starts looting, and then it's a vicious cycle. What I'm not saying that white people are the ones who are doing all the looting. I'm not just saying that white people are doing all the rioting. What I'm saying is that this currently is an issue that's it's regardless of color. So when you watch these things, understand that this is currently an American issue.
Yeah.
Both sides, white and black.
Yeah.
I also think that it's gonna get to a stage where we're gonna have to we're really now having to have these conversations a lot more, and I think that's been the best thing about everything right now. I think this has always been a thing, even in Australia, but we never talk about it.
One thing that I do want to touch on. And, I studied development economics at uni. I'm quite proud of that. Australia, Scandinavian countries, Japanese countries, Japan, Singapore, they always invest back in the people. They, provide good education, they provide good healthcare, they build the good infrastructure, everything like that. And you see kind of systematically the effect that it has on the community and the people. It's kind of like you help me out, I help you out because we're all in this together kind of thing. And that's one of like Australia's sayings, we're all in this together. You don't get that in America because there's no real governmental help. People are like, oh, these people on welfare, they don't deserve it, yada, yada, yada. But like, I think that these protests need to bring systematic change to America, especially with everything that happened with coronavirus at the moment. We had, in Australia, we had JobKeeper, we had JobSeeker, we had JobMaker. We have, what's the other one called? We had the act where we could essential services could send their kids to childcare for free.
Oh, right. Yeah, gotcha.
There was a lot of things that Australia actually did. Mm-hmm. America did a $1,200 stimulus check, one-off check.
Okay.
So it's a lot more, there's a lot less care for the everyday person. And I just think that these events have kind of brought light to the situation in America where and I saw this as a meme the other day, America is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt, and you've been to America. Peter, you've been all over as well, Jersey, Boston, everything like that. And you kind of see like a lot of America is in poverty.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm hardly a learned social activist. I mean, I only see what I see and what I read, but I mean, it's obvious that that country is going through absolute hell right now. And the George Floyd murder was just the catalyst to bring everything to light at the moment. Like, this shit's been happening in that country for hundreds of years. Like, there's racism in
since its inception.
In all,
yeah,
exactly. Like, I mean, the country was founded on racist ideals, but like, I think this transcends into a humanity issue. Like, what's happening over there and the lack of care for your own society on so many different levels is is obviously horrible. But it's at the point where everyone is having their own reactions to things. Like, the country is obviously not doing well already with coronavirus, which puts added strain on all of these different systemic issues that are coming to light or really coming to the forefront now, because they've always been happening. This was just an example, and the series of police brutality that's happened at the moment, these are just things that have been caught on videotape.
Yeah, exactly. So this has been happening as long as we could imagine.
Yep.
But I think Will Smith was the one who said it. He was saying that it didn't just start happening. We just started filming it.
That's powerful. That's a powerful statement. Mm-hmm. Thinking about it, like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Watching that George Floyd video was something that's very confronting.
Yeah.
I think it was hard to stomach. Me myself being a person of color. I look at that and I'm like, man, I could have been anyone.
It was just straight up disturbing to watch.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
It's really scary to think that, just because you're born of a different color, you have to basically walk like in a little bit more fear. Like, I'm not going to put myself in your shoes or anything like that, but like, if you were born in America compared to if you're born here, it's
I mean, if
lot more.
If we talk statistically,
yep.
If I'm born in America, being the same color that I am, there is a 33.3% chance that I will end up in prison at some stage or another in my life. Even though I only represent 17% of the world's of America's population, I think it's actually less. That's Black American, but that's chilling. So what? So there's my chances of ending up in prison represent double the chances of me being actually Black, which is something that's unfathomable.
That's not
in Australia as well, the situation with the Aboriginals
it's worse. It's worse.
Statistically much worse. I'm not trying to compare anything, but it's like that's the situation that we have here. And
hence why everyone's come out and they've been like, you know what? In our own backyard, we've seen this. The thing about racism and oppression is that it transcends across the entire planet. You know, it's in every single country on different levels, you know, but it can be seen anywhere. Like, I'm from Zimbabwe, you know, and even the countries, you know, we're talking what, we might be 85% black, if not more. Yeah. You know what I mean? You still see racism in different sites, you know, whether it be from black to white to black. It's an unfortunate part of the human existence. I would like to think that at one stage, don't know when on the time continuum that this will happen. I would love to see that we get to a point that we can't see color. You know, I think there was a really funny stand up that I saw by comedian Russell Peters, where he talks about how, because 1.2 billion, like the two largest populations in the world are Chinese and Indian. You know, he was like, you know, the Indians will continue to breed and then everyone will become beige. You know, it's really funny, but like that resonated with me. I was like, wow, imagine that we all became beige and no one could be like, oh, you're this color, so I don't like you. Yeah. Or I'm superior to you because, you know, you can't be, because everyone's beige. That would be actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, but since humankind's existence, they've always found one reason or another to basically they'll just start fights with each other.
Yeah, people will just start looking for height. in which case, I'm fucked.
No, but like, you know, humans have always been problem creating machines. Like, even since back in, you know, Jesus' time.
Oh yeah, like, oppression, even worse. Yeah, of course. We talk about the slaves and Moses, let my people go, everything.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Like it's you know, humans are problem creating machines. But I just think right now, there's a massive systematic issue in America. There is a massive inequality divide. I believe that, you know, there's 15% of America that's like doing well, better than okay, and then there's like the other 85% that are really struggling.
The crazy thing is, like, the media and the political parties are further perpetuating the problems they have there. Yeah. And now everything's getting to a boiling, or everything has gotten to that boiling point and exploded.
Oh Lord,
but, you know, the leaders of that country aren't doing the things that would, you know.
Did you see what Donald Trump did?
Yeah.
In Washington, it was a peaceful protest, and they basically like pushed everyone aside so then Donald Trump could take a photo in front of a church.
They tear gassed the street. They like cornered people, ushered people to, you know, a certain area, cleared the street, tear gassed them, and then Donald Trump strolled through with holding a Bible, and then held a Bible upside down in front of a church
and took a photo.
This is news to me.
You didn't see this?
Happened a few days ago.
I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen Donald Trump make his reference. You know, when there's looting, they'll be shooting, which I do. In his defense, I do believe that was misconstrued and it's very, very ill put. Like, even for me, I saw that and I was like, what?
Probably a time to be a little bit more calculated with your messaging to the world.
100%. And the thing about Donald Trump is he never takes anything back, no matter what. You never hear Donald Trump apologize for anything. And it's the weirdest thing, you know. I think there's a leadership disconnect. You know, when you see that there's a racial divide, you know, you think Donald Trump is not stupid. He understands that there is disproportionate incarceration and there is a big disconnect between the judicial system and the people that it's supposed to, I guess, essentially rightfully sentence, right? He knows that. You'd have to be an idiot not to know it. The fact that he hasn't come out and he hasn't talked about addressing change, he hasn't tried to band the country back together as a leader. You know, this is what you do, right? If let's say, for instance, you're on a basketball team, everyone is shouting at each other, right? Everyone's shouting at each other. People are losing. What do? You call timeout and you say, "Hey, we're a team. Everyone, come back together. Let's put our hands in, right? Let's forget all the other bullshit and let's just be together." And you know what? The people have been doing it, but Trump has been slow to that. You know,
he's an idiot.
Yeah, for sure.
But the one thing from this situation that's kind of, I don't want to call it a silver lining. I'm not too sure what to call it, but just seeing Steven Jackson in the middle of this, standing up for what's right, You know, he's got George Floyd's daughter on his shoulders, like, you know, carrying her around, all that kind of stuff.
They were homies from H-Town, right? From Houston.
Apparently
back
so.
in the day or something like
Apparently
that. Apparently
so.
George Floyd could ball.
He's like 6'5", wasn't he?
Something like that.
He was a big guy.
Apparently 6'5".
Yeah. Seeing LeBron repost all his, you know, activism stuff and really hit the nail on the head with, I can't remember what her name was, that lady that said, shut up and dribble to LeBron.
Oh, the reporter. I forget her name, to be honest.
You know what? Let's not bring up her name. Screw her.
Yeah.
And then Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan today in Compton.
Yeah.
They were leading the charge. Steph Curry in Oakland joining all the people.
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
I'm proud.
J. Cole.
I'm proud of the NBA community
Big J. Cole fan.
for how they've kind of reacted to
together,
everything and
They always
supported
do.
their local communities. Because they do.
And this is what you have to understand. You have to understand something. The NBA community, for the large part, they understand their role within society. And when I say this, I'm talking about people like KD, people like LeBron James, people like
Even Kyrie.
yeah, no, Kyrie is okay. When I Kyrie, yes, but I'm talking about people who understand the struggle. These are people who they don't have to talk about black problems because they have them, but they don't have them. And when I say that, I mean they're no longer part of the disenfranchised in the sense that they are, you know, part of the top tier of, you know, earners in their country. They're all millionaires. Every single one of them is a millionaire. So, but they understand their role to society to be like, okay, we're the influential people. We're going to stand up and we're going to try band people together. And this is what I've really liked about. I think the silver lining that we can see from the situation that's happening at hand at the moment is the fact that, you know, we have seen togetherness. We've seen cops taking knees. We've seen cops, you know what I mean? We've seen cops hugging protesters, which is what I love to see. I haven't seen it enough on the media, to be honest. I haven't seen it on the news enough. But I've definitely seen it on social media. And that's the most beautiful thing, man. Like, you know, when people can stand up and be like, you know what? That guy who put his knee on George Floyd's neck doesn't represent us. When you can hear them own up to that, and they can say, that was wrong. This is not who we are. I think that's when you start to see, okay, you know, people can start to embrace the fact that, okay, we need to stop generalizing and going and be like, okay, we're going to go sorry guys. We're gonna go and be like, okay,
Ronny got the honeys calling.
Who's sliding in your DMs now?
hey, I'm gonna, at this stage in time, I'm going to choose to exercise my God-given right to plead the fifth. But yeah, so what I was saying was that, you know, people are going to be able to differentiate, okay, you know, not all cops are bad, you know, not all protesters are looting and causing violence. You
The
know,
one thing I want to see in America is a change to how hard it is to become a cop. Guess how many hours it takes to become a barber in America?
oh, I saw this.
Well, you know, their fade game is tight, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah,
You
bro.
mess up someone's fade in Brooklyn or the Bronx.
Shoot how many hours it takes to become a barber?
600.
A qualified, like, go from apprentice to barber?
Yep.
I don't know.
That's-
600 sounds cool. I don't know.
It's not like how it is here. It's a little bit more different, but 1,600 hours. Okay?
1,600, all right.
So 40 weeks to become a qualified barber, 38-hour weeks, you know, roughly about 40, 42 weeks.
Damn, you're good at maths.
Guess how many
No one's checking.
guess how many hours it takes to become a cop?
I mean, I think I saw this on social media, but I almost refuse to believe it. Is it 20 hours? Is it,
No,
it's a
it's
little
like
bit more.
300.
I saw
It's like
something
366.
I saw something
So
like
to
that.
become a barber is 1,600. To become a cop is 840.
Yeah,
so
shit.
it takes you half the time to become a police officer in the States.
Yeah, it might have something to do with them needing, you know, more people in the police force.
And that's the thing. What I was going to say is even now, I think I saw an article talking about a mass exodus of police officers in the NYPD. You know, and I get it. I totally get it. You want to be on those front lines. It's like those people don't like you right now.
Man, but
They don't like you right now.
I understand that, but 840 hours, man, and you
that's
get
a
given a
systemic
gun,
problem.
and
Yeah.
you know, you're
Yeah. Oh,
like,
It's a complex thing, but like, you know, you can look everywhere and there are problems in America, and you know, this is all just coming, you know,
coming to light.
It's all just, you know, being brought to the light now because of all these things that are happening and the way the protests are happening and you know, the actual like civil unrest. Like they look like, I'm glad it's kind of quieting down now, because like, you know, it was really looking like it was on the way to like, you know, complete anarchy, and no one wants that. That's when, you know, a lot of lives get lost.
Man, it was
people,
complete anarchy.
Yeah. Just on your point there, and that's the thing, I guess, you know, this has happened before. We've had a lot of protests.
The LA riots.
Sometimes it leads to minor changes. I just hope it leads to some kind of change.
Yep.
I just don't want it. I just don't want this to be. I just don't want this to be one of those things where everyone's got Black Lives Matters, you know, banners, and everyone's loving it and blah 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 and whatever, and then it just gets swept under the rug next week. You know, and it becomes like a fad. I saw people doing some weird shit on social media. I saw like chicks like going to like stores with like the glasses were broken, like taking a photo with like the masks and stuff. I saw an influencer like pretending to like put a drill into I think she was like trying to fix something, and then she just took a photo with the drill and then, you know, gave the drill back.
They were boarding up the storefront. I saw that. Boarding up
that's
the storefront.
That's the one. But look, I actually want to say something. This is just to everyone to be conscious about the fact that, you know, everyone's going through whatever they're going through, and they're trying their best to raise awareness. I think one thing, because I've got so many friends with like, you know, quite big social platforms, and they have a voice, you know, and they've been able to come out and be like, okay, you know what, I want to say something about this because I feel passionate about this, and they're getting a lot of backlash, and you're going to get backlash no matter what you do, no matter which side you're on. Right? If you say something, you're saying too much. You know, you don't say something, you're not saying enough. You know, or you say just enough, and they say you don't know enough. You know, I think people have their right to express how they feel. I just think they need to be open-minded about what they're saying, and how they respond. You know, I can't even like I have a friend, right, and he's an influencer, and he's massively into black culture. Like, he's a good friend of mine and genuine dude. You know, he's been posting he's been posting nonstop about everything that's happening, right? But he's an influencer. That's how he gets paid. That's how he lives his life, right? He's got to post a brand. That's how he pays his bills. He posts a photo of him topless but wearing a brand, right? They're like, oh, do you think it's appropriate to be posting right now? It's like, dude, are you serious right now? Like,
is that what they said?
That's what fans are saying. That's what fans are saying. I've got another friend of mine. She's an IG model. I saw in a photo, like in her comments, she had someone comment to her, like, I think when she was just saying, you know, peace and love for everyone, you know, and then she like the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and then someone was like, oh, you know, you're an like, you know, I follow you because you look good. You know, don't worry about, you know, trying to speak up too much. I'm like, damn, like, really, people are saying that?
Idiots are going to be idiots.
But that's what I'm trying to get at is that people are going to say whatever the fuck they want to say. But if you feel a certain way and you feel that you have a voice to be heard right now, say what you got to say, and don't worry too much about what people are saying back. That's just what I'm getting at. You know.
Should we switch it up?
I think we'll leave it at that. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Cool.
Don't Open the Window is brought to you by It's Simple Finance. Amidst all the coronavirus, stimulus packages, job seekers, job keepers, and job baby bakers, it's been quite difficult for everyday Australians to navigate through their finances. It's Simple Finance was founded on the principle of simplifying the process of accessing finance and helping Australians attain financial freedom. Confused? Need not be. Visit www.itsimple.com.au. That's www.itsimple.com.au.
Welcome back, everybody. On my left here, I've got Ronny D. On my right, I've got Peter Madani, and we've got the biggest news of the week, possibly of the year. The NBA is finally coming back, July 31st. We're going to Disney World, baby!
Let's go!
Let's go.
So, really exciting shit right now. I'll just go off the main points. All the games are going to be played at Disney Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando. 22 teams, so the top 22 teams are going to go into it. There's a play-in tournament now, so if the number 9 seed is within 4 games of the number 8 seed, they have to basically do a play-in tournament where the number 9 seed has to beat the number 8 seed twice. But if the number 8 seed beats them once, the number 8 seed just goes straight through.
Anything to get Zion to the playoffs.
Exactly. And, motherfucker. Oh, Lord. And then the last thing is we're going to start back on July 31st, and Game 7 of the NBA Finals, if necessary, will be played on October 12th. What do we think, guys?
It's 3 days after my birthday. What a birthday present. What a birthday present.
I think we were looking at all these different scenarios, different options. There was a lot of deliberation. I think we were quite well informed with, what the different like websites and media platforms were putting out there in terms of the different options. I kind of like where they landed. I think it's it's fair somewhat. There are some teams that are obviously missing out, but they're the teams that didn't perform well enough, and not everyone can make it. And I agree that they shouldn't have had all 30 teams, and 22 seems
It's legible.
Right. Yeah, seems right.
Like I actually think it was quite fair because it kind of showed the disparity between the East and the West. And I think this will actually force a Sweet 16 tournament moving forward maybe next year. So like the first seed from the West could play the 16th seed in the East, like depending on the actual records and stuff.
Well, I think now's the time for the NBA to really look at innovative solutions. Now's the time for them to test the waters. If they want to roll out something that is, a little bit crazy or, it would deem that would be a massive steer from what we've done traditionally, now's the time for them to test that shit out.
Hey, did you guys notice that there was an article that was going on? I didn't get a confirmation on if this was fact-checked or not, but apparently Michael Jordan was influential on like making them just keep it simple.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Okay. So I'm all in on the Michael Jordan keeping it simple train. I'm straight up I'm all about that.
I just think it's funny that they were like, oh, MJ, what should we do?
But let me explain why.
That sounds like some bullshit to me.
No, man. Apparently that was true. Apparently, like Adam Silver, like went up to MJ and was like,
He's
Michael.
a historically poor owner on a team that is not very good and hasn't been good for the entirety of their existence.
Man, put some respect on the Charlotte Bobcats.
I don't know if anyone. I don't know if anyone watches Dave Chappelle here, but there's a thing where
we watch Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so okay, good. But there's a segment in one of his stand-ups where he talks about how there was like a ward issue at the time. I think there was like let's just say that the issue was riots. I can't remember exactly what it was, but long story short, national issue. They've come out and they've been like, okay. We're gonna cross over now to Ja Rule, who's gonna tell us what they think. And it's like, well, who the fuck cares what Ja Rule has to think? because the economy is in turmoil. Where the fuck is Ja? Who the fuck cares what Ja Rule thinks? But
Ja Rule is not Michael Jordan though. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time.
No, but you understand the fundamentals of what I'm trying to say right now.
I understand.
Why?
But Ja Rule was never the greatest rapper. The reason why I'm okay with Adam Silver going to Michael Jordan, and we all know this, I'm a LeBron nut hugger,
Oh yeah.
We should have asked LeBron. It would be more appropriate.
No. Okay, but like seriously.
How would you like to win this year?
You're a Laker fan wearing a Knicks jersey right now.
Bro, I can wear whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I'm okay with it is because whilst all of this time was off and everything like that, who was the one guy that was keeping the NBA relevant the entire time with The Last Dance?
So
It's true.
That's why I
Facts.
think that whoever's putting this story out there is maybe riding on the coattails of The Last Dance rather than the NBA actually relying on Michael Jordan to, support or actually be really heavily in part of the decision-making process. Obviously, he will have his say. He's an owner.
For sure.
But I don't see how his opinion is any more valid than another owner's opinion. Matter of fact, being on a team that's outside of the playoff run and, a small market without any big stars probably would warrant, less of a weighted opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Michael Jordan's going to be sipping margaritas, yeah. His team in the playoffs.
Oh, man. No, look. I think...
You're doing a lot there, Joey.
I'm trying to take my hoodie off, man.
He's trying to take his Givenchy off.
Givenchy.
I buy one designer thing and you guys rip me for it.
Wow.
No, that's nice. I like that.
I'm just waiting for them to sponsor us. Shout out Givenchy.
Nah, look, I honestly think Michael was actually thinking of the betterment of his team. Plus, I don't think he wanted to waste his team's time. Charlotte Hornets, you know, they got Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier.
Scary Terry.
PJ Miles, is that his name?
PJ Washington.
PJ
Washington
Washington
was a good rookie.
No, but like you see what, like they don't got much. They don't have much going on. I could kind of see why Michael was like, don't send my team to Disney
Brother,
World.
I can't remember the last time they had anything going on.
Hey, they had Kemba.
Walker?
They didn't have
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. And then before that, Chris Paul, I think.
No, Chris Paul was never on the
technically Pelicans.
No, like, yeah, technically he was like New
Pelicans,
Orleans. He was
yeah.
never at he was never at the
Charlotte,
the
yeah.
Charlotte. I think the last thing they ever had going on was
The only thing that confuses me, because Chris obviously played for the Hornets. But
Yeah,
that was when they were...
New Orleans.
I think the Gerald Wallace, Steven Jackson,
Charlotte Bobcats.
Charlotte Bobcats.
Ah, yes.
They went 45 and 37 one year. That's the only time they ever made noise.
And it was so shocking.
And that when they had Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy Bogues, Del Curry.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan didn't own the team then.
No, anyway. what are we talking about here?
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Basically, MJ had some clout. He pulled it back in. But whilst we're talking about bottom feeding teams, what do you think? Which bottom feeding team do you think is going to make the playoffs? Now, let's not talk about the East. Who gives a shit about the East? It's really Orlando versus Washington. I think Orlando is going to make it through. But out west, we've got
And it's way more interesting out west.
we've got the Memphis Grizzlies, we've got the Pelicans, we've got the Portland Trailblazers, we've got the Phoenix Suns, and we've got the San Antonio Spurs.
You know, I've got so many people riding on Grizzlies. That's what I'm seeing everywhere.
There's only 8 games left.
Everyone is saying Grizzlies, and you know what?
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, bro. How tight's the standings?
Let me get them up real quick. The Grizzlies are far in front. NBA, Western.
So the Grizzlies are already.
Grizzlies are above 500. I don't think so.
I think they're just at 500.
Yeah, a lot of those teams aren't at 500.
All right. So at the moment in the West, we've got in the bottom 5 teams which are going is the Memphis Grizzlies. They're 32 and 33, so they're just under 500.
Just under 500.
But then, like, bro, Portland's 29 and 37.
Portland ain't doing shit.
New Orleans is 28 and 36. Sacramento is 28 and 36. And the San Antonio Spurs are 27 and 36. And Phoenix Suns are 26 and 39. So there's a tight race for that 8th
It
seed.
is. Yeah. Nah. Memphis 3 games ahead, man.
Okay, no. That's not the issue. The issue is if a team in the 9th seed is within 4 games, they get to play the double back-to-back. Portland's finally healthy. You know, the Washington Wizards, if they get John Wall back, maybe they can make a push at Orlando.
I think just looking at this with Memphis on 32 wins and Spurs on 27, Spurs aren't making it through. I think you can write them off completely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sacramento have it. I like Sacramento. They started the year well.
No, they didn't. They started the year poorly, and then they started to make a run at it recently. It was
Really?
last season.
Last season they were
last
doing
season
well?
they did really well, but
Yeah,
then,
last season was good.
then they went and they got rid of their coach.
They had some injuries as
Dave
well.
Yeager.
Bagley was out.
Come on, man.
I
They
don't
went
know
and they
who
brought
else.
Luke. They brought Luke Walton in as a coach.
He can't coach, can he?
Yeah.
He
can't coach.
Bro, you're a Laker fan. You tell me.
Well, and this is the thing. I think Luke Walton's
Not ready for the big boy chair.
and that's the thing. Everyone said, okay, Luke Walton is a bona fide NBA coach because he was coaching fucking one of the greatest teams of all time, which is the Warriors. You know, so when that happened, everyone was like, okay, yeah, send him to the Lakers. He's ready to coach LeBron to a final. It was like, bro, come on.
I feel like being Bill Walton's son as well, he gets like all this, you know, people just automatically assume he's this like basketball intellect.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if
I
he
think,
really
I
is.
think, I think, you know what? I think
He's not dumb.
Based on
I'm not saying
based
he's
on
dumb,
his tenure, based on his tenure and his mentorship that he's had above him, like, and he's only still young too.
Yeah.
I think Luke Walton is going to be someone who's going to be around the league for a while, and he's going to figure it out, and he's going to get good. I don't know. It's really arguable at this stage how skilled he is as a coach in terms of managing players and getting them to where they get to. Because, you know, I mean, like his biggest claim to fame is coaching Golden State on like I think it was like a 10-something run while Steve Kerr was out.
So, do you think the Sacramento Kings go through, or do I think it's a 3-team race for that 8 seed.
What do you mean go through? What
what
the hell's happening? Aren't they playing for the 8 seed?
They're playing for the 8 seed, but what I'm saying is like, honestly, do you see the Sacramento Kings really challenging for that 8 seed?
I don't. No, I don't.
I think it's a 3-team race. I think
It
it's
is.
the Grizzlies, the Trailblazers, and the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And
I don't think the Pelicans.
who you got your money on?
Man, just looking at this, so Portland are 3 games behind, Pelicans are 4 games behind.
It's
in 8 games. I don't think the Pelicans have enough to go through.
And it's funny because they're
Because
like,
I like the Pelicans.
and do you see what's happening here when we say, okay, they have to be within 4 games? Why are they 4 games? You know what I mean? It's completely structured for side.
Because the Pelicans just so happen to be 4 games behind.
So, so that basically means that all they have to do is not lose one more game than what Memphis does.
No. But the thing is, the Pelicans are 10th. They're not 9th. So even if they're
that's
still within
tough.
4 games, they have to be the 9th seed. So they have to
true.
beat
Okay,
Portland and Memphis.
Portland's just looking at this. Like I've been bagging Portland for a while because they really underperformed this year. But just looking at this, damn, that's going to be some exciting basketball.
Yeah.
I feel like Dame is going to be going off.
Dame Dollar.
And this is going to be in this like pickup style format, no crowd. It's just going to be like open court.
No, it's going to be
type
AAU.
shit.
It's going to be AAU. I think they're inviting the families to be in the crowd.
I think aren't they going to use like the NBA 2K sound?
Man, if they do that, I'm going to be so mad.
Dude, you have to understand.
What do you mean NBA 2K sound?
Like they're going to use like the crowd sounds from NBA 2K.
I mean, I've been watching it on the rugby league. Like they got the fake crowd sounds. I don't mind it that much.
No,
Like, some people are hating on it.
No.
That's what creates the atmosphere when you're watching.
It's needed, dude. Have you seen? Did you see when they were trying to do the WWE with that sound? It was horrible.
Well,
Yeah.
It was horrible.
There's 2 things you'll hear if there's no sound. You're going to hear sneakers squeaking like crazy, and you're going to hear a lot of swearing. A lot of swearing.
That's
when
why
the
I
crowd
don't want the
sounds.
crowd noise. I want to hear some expletive content.
He's going. They're going to get on their Mello. What does Mello say?
Get the shit out of here, Caleb. I got it. The Olympics team, are you talking about when he goes to
He does it all the time.
Yeah, get that shit out of here.
On the
fuck out
rebound.
of here, Caleb.
Is that what he says? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck out of here. That's what he always
That's what he
says
says, fuck
when
outta
he
here.
when he gets those 3 rebounds a game.
Do you know what's the funniest thing about those rebounds? They're never like heavily contested rebounds.
No one's there. He's by himself.
He pulls that shit down with force, though.
But I feel like you're gonna break the ball. I wish he played defense at hard. I wish he played defense at
Melo
hard.
was a dope rebounder when he was younger.
Hey, I'm wearing a Melo jersey, but yeah, man.
Dope rebounder when he was younger. All right, so what are we talking about here? I
Okay.
think Memphis, I feel like they lock it up because out of all these teams, Memphis, despite being inexperienced and young, there's something about them, and I think it's led by Ja Morant.
For sure.
Like, there's something about them that they're playing, and we spoke about this on the last episode as well. They come from a winning culture, even though they never made any noise in the past couple of years in the playoffs or the past few
They don't
years.
try tank. They try play.
They never
give it a go.
and that's why teams like the Spurs are still here. They're still borderline.
Yeah.
In this discussion, they're not going to do anything just because they've got too many games to try and. There's only 8 games they're playing.
Man,
So
I'm not going to lie. I like Memphis roster. I think they could make some noise. Like Jonas Valanciunas is a big boy. Ja Morant.
Can anyone here go 8-0?
Nah, no one's going to.
They haven't released the schedule. Are you talking about from the bottom 3 seeds could go 8-0?
Can anyone go? Can anyone even go 6-2, 7-1?
Lakers could. Lakers in the
I'm
bottom.
talking about in the
these
bottom.
teams here.
The bottom?
Wait.
New
Hold
Orleans.
up. I don't understand this format. Can we just hold up? Are the Eastern teams should be included in this as well, right? So Orlando and Washington.
Eastern Conference stays Eastern Conference. Western Conference stays Western Conference for this. So like,
But aren't they doing a little tournament?
They are. So like, but the Wizards are 6 games behind Orlando.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
they'll still be in the tournament, right?
No, there's no tournament for if the Wizards are further than 4 games behind the Magic, then there's no play-in tournament. They have to be within 4 games for it to be a play-in tournament.
Wait, so this is before a play-in tournament? What is this shit?
Okay, so Orlando has
Yeah,
the 8.
I don't get it.
Orlando has the 8th seed right now, right? And they're 30 and 35, correct? Washington has the 9th seed and they're 29 and 40. Washington needs to be within 4 games of catching Orlando, so then they can have that play-in tournament.
Okay, so every team is playing in how many games?
Every team, the 22 teams, are playing 8 more games.
Okay, and then there's a play-in tournament for these
If
remaining
necessary.
teams. Okay,
If
necessary.
necessary. And I personally think this tournament should be every year from now on. I don't think it should just be for this format.
what's this play-in tournament consist of? How many rounds? Who are they playing?
It's
how
just
many
2 games.
teams?
It's just 2 games. It's the 8th seed versus the 9th seed. And then the 8th seed only needs to win once to just stay as the 8th seed. But if the 9th seed beats the 8th seed twice,
Then they overtake.
they overtake them.
Ooh, that's sick.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
like
cool.
that.
That's kind
I
of
like
cool.
that.
It's kind of like redemption.
It is.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
like think
like
about
in beer
this.
pong, you know, you get the shot back.
Yeah.
In 2016-17, the Miami Heat went on this massive 30-11 run to finish off the season.
Yeah.
They finished 41-41, but they didn't make the playoffs because Indiana went through on like a technicality. Like Indiana had beaten them 2 out of 3 times in the season, but they were earlier games. And then Indiana ended up getting swept by Cleveland in the first round. You know, Miami should have had that 8th seed, and you know, just certain situations like that. And who remembers I think it was the 07-08 Western Conference.
What you talking about when the Golden State Warriors?
They missed it. They went 49-33. The 8th seed was a 50-win team that season.
But no, okay, I'm talking about a completely different thing.
No, I'm not talking about when the Warriors beat the Mavericks.
Dallas.
No. I'm talking about a completely
That was
different
crazy
one.
too. I love that. I loved that series.
That was
Baron
crazy.
Davis showed out.
That was crazy. But the next season, Baron Davis was his most healthy season. He went 49-33 that season. Monte Ellis was his running partner. You know, they traded Jay Rich. And they could have made the playoffs if, you know, there was that kind of play-in tournament to to push it through. And, you know, the Warriors crowd was still going crazy back then. We could have been talking like, you know, different champions. Like it would have been the Lakers 58 wins, the Warriors 49 wins, you know, 1 versus 8. It could have played out completely different. So
There's nothing wrong with that the championship that year.
there was nothing wrong with the championship. Celtics won in 27 games, the most games it's ever taken anyone to win a championship.
Don't you think? For me, I think that's cool. Like, if
Why is it cool?
Because
There's no dominance. What's the dominance?
I don't like. I feel like if you earn it more when it takes you more games. If you got close games, I think that's a cool thing.
Nah, give me Shaq and Kobe. Give me Shaq and Kobe.
15-1.
I mean, that's the
15-1.
typical difference between Laker mentality and Boston mentality.
What? Beat everyone at the fucking park? Sure.
Nah, because like we've spoken about this before. It's like the Lakers throughout history have always just like gone and signed players and built their teams.
Here we go
like
again.
that.
Dude, you traded for one good team. It's been in 20 years. I can't think of anything before 2000. So let's just talk about between 2000 and 2020. You traded for 2 good players.
Yeah.
Right? You traded for 2 good players.
And
You had-
PJ Brown.
And PJ Brown.
I just love PJ Brown.
And you won 1 championship. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
hang
we're
on
still
to
an
it.
elite team.
Hang on to it. Hang on to it and your other 19 L's, all right? Because we got our 5.
What do you mean 19 L's?
What do you mean? What 19? You know exactly what he's saying with the 19 L's. You guys haven't won. You've won 1 championship.
In the 20 years, we've won 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool. You still haven't won as many as us. I mean, that's fact.
1 is closer to 0 than 1 is closer to 5. I'm just going to put that out there. Like you've only got
We got
1 more championship than New York right now.
Boom.
Nah, that's some bullshit. We got 17.
So New York is better than Boston.
This is a strange turn this episode is taking. No, but it's true.
Roasting
you
of
can
a
say-
lifetime.
No, you can say all you want, but the Lakers throughout history, they've always acquired those star players.
Of course.
And, you know,
of course. Showtime, baby. You loved it. You loved it. I know you watched that. I know you watched Magic and Kareem. I know you watched them.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of old games, for sure.
Yeah. And then it came back when we had Shaq and Kobe. If you could do it at Boston, you would do it.
Yeah, facts. We would. We would.
Well, you guys have tried to sign players in the past. You guys were trying to get Anthony Davis recently. You guys were, you signed Gordon Hayward. He's probably the biggest guy that you've ever signed as a free agent, up until Kemba Walker.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I love the Celtics, by the way.
And I also like the Lakers. I'm not hating on it. It's just the different way that these 2 teams have built championship level teams.
Yeah, true.
I agree with both. Who do you think has benefited most with the time off?
LeBron James. LeBron James.
I actually don't think he has.
Yeah, I think
He was playing into form.
he was playing well. But I think he needed a rest. He's probably still training like a dog.
Yeah, LeBron don't stop.
Yeah, he's probably still training like harder than anybody else. He might come back rejuvenated than the motherfucker.
I think the Toronto Raptors.
Really?
Yeah, I think they'll benefit from it the most.
Yeah, I could
They
see
got-
that.
They
I
got
could
a
see
lot of older players. I feel like they have what it takes to maybe get through to the finals.
Shake it up again.
You know what? I did see
think-
something interesting. Did you see how much weight Marc Gasol has lost?
Yep, he's looking slim.
Yeah, I saw
speaking
that.
Speaking of which, have you seen Nikola Jokic? He looks like he hasn't eaten in about 3 months.
He lost
He's
like 11.
skinny
He
as
lost.
hell.
He looked like. I think he lost like 11 kilos.
What?
He's looking like
They said he lost 20
Bogdanovic
pounds.
now.
They said he lost like 20 pounds. I'm pretty sure.
All right, so we've got Denver so far, dark horse for,
Where are they?
Jokic.
Are they?
They're the third seed.
Denver's not doing shit.
Let's see.
I'm not worried about Denver. If
No,
I
but
was
like-
in the East, they're not doing shit.
Nah, bro, like Jokic is, if he's looking thin,
I love Jokic.
I'm gonna
I like
say
him, yeah.
there's one team I think benefited the most off this rest, and I spoke to you about this yesterday. I think it's the Celtics.
Ooh, I like what you're saying.
Because
Tell me more.
the reason why I think this is between March and July 31st. So when did the season stop? March 22nd or March 13th, somewhere around there.
Something like
It
that.
was
like a week. Yeah, like a week after the key.
yeah. That's a cheap plug.
Subtle plug.
When was the key? March 15th.
March 13th.
Okay, so it was around March 22nd that the NBA season ended. Between then and July 31st, that's pretty much an off season. If players have been in a gym and all those kinds of things, working on their game,
Have they been in the gym?
I think personally, like,
Trae Young's making TikToks.
bro, did you see like that game? But let me just stick to Boston.
Oh, he
before I
dropped
move-
like 50 or something, right?
Let me get to Trae Young in a second. But I think Boston may have benefited the most. Gordon Hayward maybe got an extra off season to rehab. He's been playing in form this year. Jason Tatum, we saw him really start to explode and come into his own this season. He was dropping 39-point games on Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Jaylen Brown is really coming through as that second defender, can get you the buckets when you need it. Had that massive clutch 3-pointer against Houston this year. Daniel Tice has been playing well. Kemba's going to do what Kemba's going to do. I really think
that's the most important thing right there.
I
It's
think
actually
Boston
Kemba Walker
get-
had some knee issues throughout the year.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, like we haven't had a healthy Kemba Walker really for much of the season. He's been
Man,
a little bit depleted. He's still playing.
I'm-
still playing all right. but
I'm
we
going
can
to
get
be
more
honest.
out of him.
I'm going to be honest. I'm seeing Boston make some noise, and I think they're going to knock off the Bucks.
Okay,
could happen.
so guys, we're just gonna take a quick moment to check if Peter has a hard on. I'm putting all my money on it, my life savings. Putting all.
The answer is yes.
I have a raging hard on.
You're gross. But
But yeah, Boston could make some noise, man. But that's what I'm saying. Boston every year with this team and this culture, we can make some noise.
100% agree.
We're getting to the point where we are a championship level team. We're getting closer to that.
I think you guys have a winning culture, and I've always seen Boston as I think that team in the East that maybe that one extra piece or that.
I don't think they need an extra piece.
No. Before. When we're talking Isaiah Thomas, we're talking maybe a better piece than Kyrie Irving and maybe like a bit of it.
That team wasn't supposed to perform as well as it did.
Which one? The Isaiah Thomas
The
one?
team they got to the Eastern Conference Finals twice.
Bro, Isaiah Thomas was a baller, and he was
Balling.
averaging 30 points per game. That was insane. But
MVP candidate number 3, I think.
Yeah.
I think he came third in the MVP voting.
Would have been nice to see him get it. That would have been cool.
It would have, but it wasn't going to happen.
Who got it that year? Who got it that year?
Probably Russ. I think it was Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, triple double Russ. Okay. Yeah. That's totally fine. But
I
yeah.
also think another team that benefited heaps off this rest was Houston. Houston, PJ Tucker, he's been playing big minutes, at center. He's 6'5".
Yeah, they have a very top heavy usage. Like it's ridiculous.
And
like the use. Yeah.
I personally think with all the usage and all that kind of stuff, having this massive break and then they get 8 games, then playoffs with Russell Westbrook, fresh legs, PJ Tucker, fresh legs, Eric Gordon, fresh legs.
Everybody getting dunked on.
You know what I mean? So I think Houston is got to make some big noise.
As long as Russell Westbrook doesn't take 40 shots, Houston's got to.
But he's been playing good ever since they got rid of Capella.
I know.
They're playing real good.
He stopped shooting 3 so much. He's driving to the hoop a lot more. He's taking his players off the dribble.
It was a joke.
It's crazy because like when they announced that they were going to have PJ Tucker start at center, every single person, there might have been 1% of the NBA community that was like, yeah, maybe this can work. I was very intrigued, but I certainly didn't think it was actually going to be something.
I thought they were going to get raped.
And they went like 8-2 after they did that as well, something like that.
No, but this is the issue and this is why I think the break benefited them so much. Towards the end of that run, so that they're in the 6th seed right now, and they dropped a few games. Towards the end of that run, they started dropping games because they started to get really, really tired legs. Mm. Now all of a sudden, you get a 3-month, 4-month break. Russell Westbrook gets to come in with his legs and all that kind of stuff underneath him. I think we're talking a different Houston team. I think we're singing a different tune, and they've got Denver in the first round. Like if we started the playoffs today, Houston over Denver. I'm taking Houston over Denver. Russell Westbrook taking Jokic off the pick and roll.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All day.
I agree. I don't think Houston's seed is reflective or representative of or where they can be in the playoffs.
So I want to go into a full breakdown now of who we think is actually going to go through and who's going to end up making the finals. If we started the playoffs today, we've got the Lakers playing the Grizzlies. We've got the Clippers and the Mavericks. We've got Denver and the Rockets. We got Utah versus Oklahoma. So who do we have Lakers Grizzlies going through?
Come on, man.
It's just Lakers?
Yes. Lakers, yeah, 100%.
All right, we got the Lakers.
I think Grizzlies will make for entertaining TV.
It'll be fun to watch Ja Morant dunk on a couple people.
I think they'll get one.
Huh?
I think they'll get one.
I don't even think they'll get one.
Yeah, they'll get one. They won't get swept.
That
team's got heart.
They might steal one, but I don't see it happen.
The thing about this Lakers team, the roster is so excellent, and like it all fits together, and some really good vets and talented athletic guys, two-way guys. But for some reason,
they have hiccups.
But they don't. It's not they have hiccups. They don't execute. I don't know if they're not executing the game plan or the game plan just doesn't make sense.
Bro, how are you talking that trash? They're 49-14. They're 2 games behind Milwaukee. They just beat the Clippers and the Bucks on a back-to-back.
Granted, an excellent team, but I feel like they can. They've got an awesome record. But I've seen some games, for example, when like they're big. They got AD, Bron, JaVale's playing amazing. Dwight's playing amazing.
Keith.
Kuzma's a big wing. Markieff Morris now, they're big. I don't feel them taking advantage of that.
Wait, do they have Keith or Kuss?
They have Keith.
They have Markieff.
I was having this debate with
Keith
Brian.
I
was debating this. I was having this debate with Brian.
Love Keith or
but
Kuss?
we have the most elite rim protectors in the league.
Yeah.
No one can, no one's even close. Even if you take away 2 of our rim protectors, we still have 2 of the best rim protectors in the league. That's crazy.
That's true. Clippers, Mavericks. Who do we got? Clippers
for sure.
I'm not.
That could go to 7.
Ooh, big
could go to
take.
7.
Big take. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I could see Clippers dropping the ball a little bit.
The only 100% because I really haven't shown that they haven't shown that they're going to be an elite team.
Oh.
Obviously, we all think that it's going to come together, but one thing that's going to be tough is. And this rest is going to be very good for Doncic because he was someone that was looking a little bit fatigued.
I hope
He was
he's been
in that
working
sophomore
out.
wall.
Yeah. Now, Kawhi on Doncic, that might stifle him a little bit unless Doncic has shown real strides in his game and developed his body a little bit more. I think that could stifle him, but I still think Doncic is just that next level elite talent.
No, he'll still score. He'll still give Kawhi buckets
I
for
think
sure.
It might go to 6, maybe not 7.
Yeah, I could see it going to 6.
I could see 6.
I could see 6.
Nuggets, Rockets. I got Rockets.
Yeah, I got Rockets.
I'm going for Rockets.
I'm sorry, but I just don't respect the Nuggets. I don't respect the team.
I think they're going to come there. I think they're going to get there eventually. But right now, they're not there.
I feel like when you got a big man like Jokic who handles the ball so much, it takes away from the development of guys like Jamal Murray and Gary Harris.
Okay, look, it depends. If you run a great offense, it gives a lot of opportunities. You put a guy like Jokic who's so good from that he's good from mid range. He's okay from mid range shooting, but he's got that great court vision. You put him up on the block or put him up on the elbow. You got them moving. Bro,
100%. They got a great offense, but what I'm saying is, like, Gary Harris has fallen off.
Yep.
Jamal Murray, he doesn't like. He's extremely talented and he has some cool games every once in a while. But like, he isn't a trustworthy point guard like you would trust even a Ja Morant or a Dame Lillard. He hasn't developed into that yet. He's got he can score in bunches.
He can definitely score in bunches. Yep.
But he hasn't taken that leap of kind of what we want from him.
Leadership.
He seems immature to me.
I don't know if he's immature. I just think he's got a little bit more growing to do.
Yeah,
They got a great team. Like, Will
IQ-wise,
Barton's good.
He's a tenacious player.
They got a lot of guys off the bench. Let's see what Michael Porter Jr. Ends up being.
Yeah.
If he gets on the, if he plays, if he gets on the court.
4th, 5th, Utah versus OKC. I've got OKC going through just because there's so many chemistry
That
issues
is
right now. Utah.
Yeah.
That's a big time series right there.
Bogdanovich is now out.
Oh shit.
What's wrong with him?
He had a season-ending injury with his right hand. He had to have hand surgery. So like they just lost 20 points per game.
Yeah.
Joe Ingles is not as good as he was last season. He's getting a bit older. Shout out Joe Ingles. You know,
The man.
I've got
But that was because they brought in Mike Conley. I think it's not necessarily because Joe's older. Like it might have a little bit to do with it. But I
pushed him
feel
to
like they
zone.
brought Mike Conley in.
And then
Mike
that
Conley-
backcourt, Mike Conley and Spider together.
And
it
I
pushes.
feel like Ingles is kind of like a point forward, or he's a swing. He moves
He's
the
a
ball.
swingman,
Yeah, you know what I mean. But he can play a little bit off the pick and roll.
I love him. He's gritty,
playmaker.
gritty player.
But
He's
there's
dope.
chemistry issues there too right now. Like we all heard about the Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell shit with
I
the
think
coronavirus.
You know what? I think that'll clear up.
I still-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah and no. Yeah, no. I still don't think there's enough
Dude,
in Utah to
dude.
beat OKC.
Yeah. Okay. But look, if you are really like if you're really still gonna I guess circle around it and still be feeling some type of way about the whole Rudy Gobert thing being Donovan Mitchell, like it's feminine. It's feminine. Like, dude, get over it. I'm being for real.
Shit.
No, bro. Like. Look, the guy made a mistake. He apologized. He didn't take coronavirus seriously, which I totally understand. It was dude, when all this happened,
The NBA was going to get shut down anyway.
it was in its infantry. It was in its infantry stages, right? I get it. He might have given him a fucking a disease, and but dude, at the same time, like there hadn't been that much awareness, and it's been X amount of months.
I agree.
They're both healthy. If you can't look past that to be like, okay, we need to start winning. We need to play together and band together. He's already apologized. Come on, man.
I still think Rudy's getting traded.
I think
I agree in the sense that if Donovan Mitchell or anyone in Utah is still holding grudges, that is kind of showing a little bit of immaturity and not. It's not putting the team first, and really, are they really about winning, or are they holding these, little grudges?
Real.
But I hope the Australian Feminist Party doesn't come after us after that comment.
but you get me, right? Like it's.
I get the sentiment you're saying.
All right, so who's going through, Utah or OKC? I got OKC. Bogdanovich is out, chemistry issues.
I'm
They won't
not
play
okay,
together.
like-
OKC a ball and
They're rolling. They're rolling.
Yeah.
OKC is rolling. I think CP3 also edges out that backcourt in terms of being a leader.
Yeah,
Like, he's been there.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Donovan Mitchell. That's a great matchup, and I think SGA can lock him up because he's
They still got Schroeder too. Schroeder as well.
yeah.
Dude, come on, man.
Gallinari, he's balling.
Yeah. Adams will play well. That's a great pairing with CP3.
He's one of my favorite players, man.
Yeah.
In the league, Steve.
Yeah.
He's a tank.
I'd love him on the Celtics.
All right, round 2, we got Lakers versus OKC. Who do we got?
we got Lakers. That might be a sweep. That might be a sweep. That one.
Not my
All
sweep.
right. I actually think that's going to go to 6. I think CP3 is going to get into LeBron's head a little bit, and LeBron's going to be like, you know what, I'm LeBron James.
He'll
think
steal one game.
Maybe. I think it
steal
might
one
get
game.
ugly for CP3 in
He'll
that
steal
series.
one game. I think he's
We got Rondo. We got the Rondo matchup.
Rondo CP3.
my favorite player, favorite point guard ever. CP3, man, what's up?
That was a dog shot. That was a dog shot by that guy.
That guy's funny as hell, man. I think his name's Gerald Houston or something.
Something like that.
That guy's funny as.
I think there's going to be some steam. I think Schroeder is a dirty player, so I think he's going to do some shit.
Dirty player.
Schroeder, yeah.
Dirty? Like in what way? Like physically trying to harm people?
Yeah. Don't you remember when John Wall broke his hand a few years ago and like Schroeder was on the Atlanta Hawks and Dennis Schroeder was screaming out, slap his hand, slap his hand. And,
That's not dirty.
bro, that's dirty.
Nah, no way.
If somebody's got a broken hand and you're
Then don't
screaming-
play.
From
That
slapping
ain't
his
dirty.
hand, slapping your hand is a normal part of
That's
basketball.
not dirty at all, bro.
But he was
That's
like
good
calling
basketball.
out like hit John Wall.
Good.
Yeah. So,
If you're suiting up, you got to be ready to take the hit.
yeah.
Well,
No,
that's
no,
not
no.
dirty.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, dirty is trying to have season-ending injuries or career-ending
Zaza
injury. That
Pachulia.
shit's dirty. That shit's dirty.
Kelly
Or
Olynyk.
kicking someone in the nuts, like Draymond
Draymond
Green.
Green.
Donkey.
Slapping someone on the hand, that's part of the game.
Okay. Then we got the Clippers versus the Rockets.
That's a crazy series.
That's a great
And you
series.
know what, man? I could see that going either way. Even though Clippers are the better team.
7-game series.
I'm just going to give it to the Clippers because they're the second seed, but I still think that goes to 7 because Houston has given the Clippers fits this year.
That's a crazy matchup as well between Pat Bev and
one of the best
and Westbrook.
defensive teams. One of the was
Fuck Pat Bev, okay? Russell Westbrook, no. Russell Westbrook has straight up been, he was straight up healthy for all of his career. He was, never missed a game, all that kind of stuff. All of a sudden, he's playing Pat Bev in a playoff series. Pat Bev runs in, collides with Russ's knee. It was a dirty play.
when
there.
he torn his meniscus.
Yeah, and you know what? Russell Westbrook has had knee problems ever since then, and he's hated Pat Bev ever since. And you know what? I'm on the fuck Pat Bev train.
But you know what? It's like, Pat Bev has got in the league and had longevity in the league and impact in the game because he does those annoying things. And yeah, maybe that was a bit of a dirty play.
It's like a Bruce Bowen with a mouth on him.
Yeah, I know, but like, come on, man, you can't go out there and recklessly try and injure someone.
No,
I don't think
I'm
he
not
was.
about
I
that.
don't think he was recklessly trying to injure anyone.
No, he recklessly injured Russell Westbrook that
yeah, but
series.
intent to injure.
Man, go look at the play.
We're just fucking around.
Go look at the play because Russell Westbrook tried to start a fight with him right after.
I've
It
seen the
looked
play.
dirty. It
I've
looked
seen
dirty.
Yeah, but I think running
is that
into,
what
he just ran into him.
Pat Bev's dirty, man.
Yeah, he had the intention of.
He had the intention of like straight up.
I don't know.
I'm running into
I don't know
this.
if he obviously didn't want to end his career, but he definitely wanted to somewhat incapacitate him to a degree.
Did Russell win an MVP after that injury?
Yeah, he did.
So like, he's all right.
Yeah, but come on, man. Like that. It's,
that meniscus
I don't like. I don't like.
But
Pat Bev.
you know what?
You know what? I'm choosing. I still got to choose the Clippers.
You can't overlook. The
I
Clippers.
feel like the defense of the Clippers is a little bit the impact of their defensive prowess is kind of a little bit less valuable against a team like the Rockets because they're going to be getting their buckets anyway.
Yeah, they'll go to the perimeter. But you know what? Like defense is what wins games, and this is why D'Antoni has never really.
Nah, but he's got good defensive assistance. He's got a good defensive assistant in
Let's
Houston.
see what happens in Houston because Houston's never had a problem scoring. They haven't had a problem scoring for a very long time, except for the time that they missed 27 threes in a row. Outside of that, I knew you were gonna. Is that what you're gonna getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah. but outside of that, they don't have a problem scoring the ball.
I'm going Clippers in 6 on that one.
I can.
But it can go either way.
Oh, I can go. I might even go 7. I might even go Clippers in 7.
Look, we've all got the Clippers going through 6 or 7 games. I think it's going to be a hell of an entertaining series, even if it's a
Great.
sweep.
Great.
I think it's still going to be great to watch.
Who's covering?
I reckon
Who's covering Kawhi Leonard on Houston?
Robert Covington,
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Rocco, Eric Gordon.
And then who's covering PG?
That's the problem. Who
Covers
Wait,
PG?
Daniel House.
Huh?
Yeah. But they don't really care about defense.
Yeah.
They
do and they do and they don't because they play a dog type of defense. They get handsy. So there's this rule in the NBA: if a guy is smaller than you, they don't really call the foul. And we've seen that
That's
countless
what,
times.
look at PJ Tucker, man.
Yeah,
Like, he gets away with murder.
He
because
gets his
he's
hands
so
in
small.
there and all those kinds of things. And because it does, it's dirty, but it's just
It's not dirty.
No, it's not dirty, but it's they don't call the fouls as much.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might work in the Rockets' favor. But you're probably going to see Eric Gordon trying to defend Paul George quite a few times.
Lord.
It's going to be barbecue chicken at some points.
It's going to be barbecue chicken.
I wouldn't be surprised if a player ends up in tears that series. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of emotion involved in that
Yeah.
series.
Man, I'm pulling for Russ and Harden.
If the Clippers lose with Paul George defending James Harden's step back 3, PJ may as well.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? James Harden's going to hit a step back three from the logo, and PJ's going to be like, that's a bad shot.
That was a bad. It was a bad look. Come on,
What, the Dame shot?
it was a bad look. You take a step back from.
Bro, it's
40
not a
foot
bad
out.
look when you make the shot time and time and time and time again.
That's fair enough.
Steph Curry going behind the back through the legs, 3-pointer on two people is not a bad shot for Steph Curry because he's a fucking 90% 3-point shooter.
I will give it to you on that. Anyone else outside of Dame Lillard taking that shot, it's a bad shot.
Steph Curry.
Joey Daoud.
Curry doesn't take those shots.
If Joey
Curry never take.
Joey
ISO
Daoud has a shot,
step like that.
walk up, 3-pointer like that, back to back on video, so you can't say Joey Daoud can't hit that shot.
If Joey Daoud is taking that shot, I'm not standing under that rim. You might need a shock-proof rim for that brick.
You start to feel sorry for the backboard when you take those shots, man.
You might put a dent in it.
I have got highlights, okay? Lakers Clippers, who do we got in the finals?
Oh man, I was having this debate with my brother.
I'm calling Lakers. I'm calling Lakers.
100%. He was like, his rebuttal to me was that Lakers don't have enough chemistry because they have too many players, and I was like, dude, that's the same fucking thing with the Clippers.
No, I think the
Lakers have more chemistry.
Lakers have great chemistry.
They get along with each other.
I said the same thing.
Lakers have great
I said the same thing. So Brian, I know you're gonna watch this. I know you're gonna hear this. 3-1, motherfucker.
What? Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me throw a hypothetical out there. If we're saying the Clippers are going to make it through to the Western Conference Finals, I think it's safe to assume that their chemistry issues are no longer a thing. They're playing elite basketball.
Their talent outweighs the chemistry.
Okay. I agree with you both on those points.
So can I put the question out there?
Yeah.
So both teams at their best, who wins?
Lakers. They have it covered from every single angle. You were talking about, like I said before, they have great rim protectors. They have great playmakers. I mean, great playmaker. And you know, they're defensively, they're sound. So they have great wing. They have great wing perimeter defense. They have. I can't even think.
Two big new additions: Dion Waiters and.
Dude, Dion Waiters,
off the bench.
I keep forgetting about that. Even though I was talking to Brian about this yesterday.
Now that's a risk.
I will say this.
That's a risk.
No.
I am putting money on it.
I love Dion Waiters.
Like, if either of you want to take this bet, but I don't think it's a safe bet to take. Dion Waiters is coming into this 40 pounds overweight.
Nah.
He's coming in fat.
Dion Waiters,
chunky. He's gonna look like Raymond Felton. It's gonna be great.
Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters is about to get his first chance, a legitimate chance as a ring. The guy is a baller. I think, and LeBron James has the ability to turn plumbers into 10-time All-Stars.
Yeah, look what he's done to Kuzma.
Oh, come on, bro. Stop that. Come on, man. You know Kuzma's good.
Kuzma's
all
when
right.
Kuzma
He just hasn't fit in well yet. He'll find his way.
He's taking longer than I expected for him to come into his own.
He's got the two best players on the team playing ahead of him in his position.
Yeah, because I saw it's true. You know, and I guess it's like a D'Lo thing. You know, you saw D'Angelo Russell really come out of his shell after you sent him to fucking Brooklyn. You know, maybe it's one of those things. I don't want to lose Kuzma though. I think Kuzma will develop. And we might get to the point where as LeBron's in his decline phase, Kuzma is really coming into his own, and that will make for a great Lakers dynasty.
I got Lakers going to the finals. Peter, who do you got?
In how many?
So I think a critical thing.
Don't get me on camera saying this.
Say it.
5.
No.
Oh.
Every game is the Lakers' home game. Oh wait, no, we're in Orlando. Fuck, I forgot about that. Every game's the Lakers' home game in Orlando as well. Anyways,
my thing is, I feel like, and this is what I mentioned before. Despite this amazing record,
that's a great point. By the way,
despite this amazing record by the Lakers, they don't always take advantage of their size. Mm-hmm. So if they fail to do that against the Clippers, I feel that's playing into the hands of the Clippers. If they do it, I don't see them losing the series, but I don't think it's 5. I think that's going to 7.
okay, yeah. I think it'll go to 6 or 7. 1 second, because my chair is actually sinking.
What do you mean it's sinking? Check that out.
It's like gone forward.
Okay, switch chairs. Wait, Ronnie, we'll take a break real quick. But who do you got? Lakers, Clippers. How many games?
No. He'll cut that out.
No. We'll take a break. But Lakers, Clippers. How many games you got?
Let me just move this.
No. Quickly.
Okay. So Lakers, Clippers. Who have I got and how many?
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna take the Lakers. I don't think it's gonna go to game 6. I don't see it going to game 7. If they can really assert the dominance and play hard, but dude, like Clippers, you can't discount them. You can't discount the tenure of Kawhi Leonard. You know that Kawhi Leonard performs every time in his position,
And he's the best player to defend LeBron.
like it's actually ridiculous how well Kawhi Leonard actually steps up in the playoffs. You think about it, he almost goes unnoticed for most of the regular season.
Quickly, Lakers, Clippers. Who you got?
I'm still going Lakers in 6.
Okay, Lakers in 6. We'll be right back with the Eastern Conference.
Don't Open the Window is brought to you by It's Simple Finance. Amidst all the coronavirus, stimulus packages, job seekers, job keepers, and job baby bakers, it's been quite difficult for everyday Australians to navigate through their finances. It's Simple Finance was founded on the principle of simplifying the process of accessing finance and helping Australians attain financial freedom. Confused? Need not be. Visit www.itsimple.com.au. That's www.itsimple.com.au.
All right, guys, we are back You know what? I'm keeping it.
All right, Lil Uzi Vert.
We're back to Don't Open the Window. I've got Ronny D on my left, Peter Madani on my right. We're going to do the Eastern Conference, the standings, and who we think are going to go through. The Western Conference, we had the Lakers going through to the finals. In the East, let's start with the first seed, Milwaukee Bucks versus the 8th seed, Orlando Magic. How many games?
Get out the brooms. That's a sweet baby.
3. Bucks in 3.
All right, Bucks in 3. All right, Raptors and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, we just found out that Kevin Durant and Kyrie are definitely not playing this season.
Kyrie's definitely not playing as well.
Both of them definitely not playing.
Well, Kyrie ain't going to play without KD.
There's no point. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Raptors in 5.
Well, hold on.
I want to say Raptors in 5.
Hold on. I still think I'm going Raptors in 6 because I like how that Brooklyn team plays
Without both of them.
Without
Yeah,
Kyrie.
actually,
Without the head cases.
And I feel like
cases
for them personally, the guys on the roster, they got someone to play for because they know next season it's going to be a different thing. Mm-hmm. Their roles might be reduced. Their roles will be reduced.
Do you think they'll land another superstar or another perennial all-star?
Who wants to play with KD and Kyrie? Who wants to play?
People
with
will want to play.
It's not about who wants to. Hey, it's not about who wants to play. They got tradable pieces. You have to remember that. So it's like, you know what? We're going to send Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, and someone else to Phoenix and get Kelly Oubre or something. It's like something like that.
I would
that's
not
not a
send.
perennial law.
I would not on that team. I would not trade Dinwiddie for man.
Well, what do they need?
Guys.
But Kyrie might not be getting along with Dinwiddie. You don't know. Like that guy is a mental head case.
But hold on. No. Kyrie. Hey, hold on.
Dinwiddie try to crowdfund? Like, what did he try to crowdfund? Like $1 million bucks or something?
His salary.
Yeah.
Where he's going to play, and it got shut down by the NBA.
He didn't get shut down. They just didn't gather in his team. It just like he did like $2,000 and like that was it.
What I think what the structure was, 'cause I saw this shit on LinkedIn. I think it was he was basically gonna crowdsource his salary from fans.
Oh, and to figure out what team he plays for.
And if it met whatever the goal was, I assume it's the amount in his NBA contract, he would then allow the fans to pick where he chooses as a free agent.
That's a great idea. Wrong stuff. Great idea, but you're not an all-star yet, bro.
No, not only that, it's the wrong time to do it. People aren't spending money during COVID.
And why the hell would normal citizens put money into a millionaire's pocket?
Do you know what Dinwiddie was trying to do? Dinwiddie was trying to get on the Lakers. Because the Lakers got big money fans, and you would have had some jackass go, yeah, you know what? I want LeBron to get a chip. I want AD to get a chip. I'm going to spend money on that.
I think it was a cool...
Dinwiddie would be perfect in that team.
He would be. I think it was cool. It was an innovative thing that we obviously haven't seen before, but that was a flop. But can I just ask one question before we go back to what we're doing? If the Nets will be, over the next few years, they're going to be one of the elite teams in
100%.
in the East.
They'll get to do that same nice little boardwalk that LeBron James used to do in the East.
Nah, it won't be like
that.
Actually,
Milwaukee, the
you
Raptors and Boston.
You got Milwaukee, Raptors and Boston.
Philly, if they get that shit back together.
Hey, the top teams of the East are good.
Yeah.
Top heavy.
It's the bottom 4 teams that are not that
Yeah,
good.
you know what? I have to say that this is probably the most balanced the NBA has been since I ever even started following the NBA.
I feel like last season was the most balanced, and then this year it kind of tilted to the West again.
I'm talking, yeah, kind of. But I think
But
the East is strong.
the East used to be good,
the teams which are strong in the East are good.
Yeah.
But when's the last time the East was really good though?
Last year.
No, outside of.
Bro, they had
the East
three
used to be
60
great,
win.
man.
They used to have 360 win teams. There was the Cavs, Celtics, and Orlando, who were all 60 win teams in the late 2010s.
Orlando was yeah.
Bro, Dwight Howard was
Detroit.
nice.
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons, Miami Heat.
No, Detroit. That's 2004. Miami Heat 2006. But I mean, we're still pretty top heavy. We're talking about on the other side of things. We're talking about the strong Lakers, strong Spurs, strong the Suns. Like we had like
There's no denying.
Even Denver was balling.
There's no denying
West
the
has
West.
been better.
There's no denying the West has been
Last
better.
20 years.
But
that's
so
all-
Raptors Nets. We got Raptors.
Hold on, I want to put this question to you guys. If Brooklyn were going to pick up a new piece, whether by trade or free agency, what type of player are they looking for?
I'm looking for.
They're looking for a shooter.
They're looking for a shooter. 100% looking for a
An
shooter.
off-ball 3-and-D type player. Yeah,
Exactly, 100%.
So who's in the league that they're getting? Who could they possibly get?
I don't even know who's up for free agency or who's even a tradable piece.
There's
You
no
can't
one in
trade
free
for.
agency, but tradable pieces. You'd have to go to Denver for that kind of stuff.
What you want like
Denver?
a Jamal Murray or something?
You might need a Jamal Murray, but
But he
him
doesn't
and
cover
Curry
defense
doesn't
well.
know
Why
each
would you
other.
pick up
Nah,
another point
nah,
guard? Doesn't
nah.
make sense.
No, I'm not
Nah,
saying
nah,
like maybe like a Torrey Craig.
But you guys were just
okay,
talking
I'll
about
tell-
picking
I'll
up
t-
Trent
I'll tell you-
All-Star
I'll
and now
t-
you're throwing
okay,
out
okay.
Torrey Craig.
Okay, I'll tell you who would work on that team. Danny Green would work on that team.
Yeah, but you got to trade a lot to get Danny Green.
No, you're not gonna get him. But what I'm saying is, a player like Danny Green, as close as we can get to Danny Green, maybe a little bit of higher PPG. That's what that Brooklyn team is.
Trevor Ariza would have been great if he was
Oh,
like
yeah,
5
Trevor
years.
Ariza.
But
Yeah.
if he was 5 years younger,
Yeah, man. You know what? I always.
who's left? Who's a good 3-and-D guy that's left right now? You got Clay, but he's injured.
I mean, Covington.
Covington, he's not leaving the Rockets.
And Clay's not going to play with Kyrie and KD.
Yeah.
No chance.
There's no chance. No,
No
but like
chance.
Clay's can't. Like they're not going to trade him.
Even if they could, they wouldn't.
But the reason I'm asking you guys before you said, they might pick up, or will they pick up another All-Star type player? And now you're talking about role players. So I think
Look,
They were trying really hard for Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal has said, I don't want to play with them. Washington Wizards have said, we don't want to trade Beal.
Look, I mean, I know we said star, but I'm even talking about someone who's on the fringe. So like, I look at someone like Danny Green. On a good night, he's like a fringe star.
he's a vet. Kelly Oubre, I'd say, is more of a fringe
Star.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no. I'll give you that. But what I mean is that Danny Green can give you all-star numbers. Like he'll give you like third team all-star numbers on a good day. On a good day, he'll give you six. He'll give you 16, 5, and 3.
Yeah, on a good day. On a good day.
On a good day.
Anyone in the NBA can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. No, I can't.
Any NBA player can do that. He's a starter. He's a 10-year vet. But
I'm,
anyway,
I'm,
let's
pu- I'm
digress.
putting the Raptors through. Celtics Sixers. That's a hell of a series. It always is. It's always hella competitive. But I've got the Celtics winning.
Yeah, Celtics as well.
All right. So we've got Milwaukee, Toronto, and Celtics going through.
How many
many
games do you think that
Celtics
Celtics Sixers series will
I
go?
wouldn't be surprised if it was 6.
5.
Nah,
I think I'm
5. That Sixers team is just, it's gone to shit. They're talking about trading Ben Simmons. Like
They shouldn't do that.
They shouldn't be doing that.
If they're going to trade anyone, it should be Embiid.
I've already said they shouldn't be doing that either. This is exactly what they should do. They should package Al Horford with a pick. They trade him to the Pelicans for Drew Holiday. Okay, that opens up spacing. That gives them a shooting guard. That gives them somebody defensive. All of a sudden, it's more opened up. You got Tobias Harris. You push him back to the 4. You put Josh Richardson at the 3. Drew Holiday at the 2. Ben Simmons at the 1. There you go. You got your team back.
Yeah.
No,
Why would the Pelicans
that's
do it?
feasible.
Because Al Horford is much more of a better player to play with Zion Williamson than Derek Favors is right now. He's a passing big. He opens up the
So
lane
they
a lot more for
get
Zion.
Derek Favors as well?
No. Derek Favors comes off the bench. He's a vet. He's smart. He knows Al Horford's better than him. Al Horford's a good playmaking big.
How much longer is Al Horford in the league?
2 more seasons until his contract's up. They gave him 3 years, 104 mil.
He's not out of the league then.
him so
He'll
much
still
money.
play.
He'll still play, but he ain't getting shit.
He'll probably come off the bench.
It'll be like a Drew Gooden.
All right, Miami Heat, Indiana Pacers. Indiana's getting Victor Oladipo back. They got the rest.
Nah, still Miami.
Miami.
I'm going Miami.
Miami
in
for
7.
sure. 7? Nah.
Miami in 7?
Miami in 5.
Do you know what? That's fair. Sabonis been balling out.
Indiana's a well-run team, a well-coached team.
Yeah, they are.
They
You know what?
well.
You know what? I'm jumping the gun. Miami in 5.
Milwaukee and Miami. Who you got? Milwaukee.
Fuck. Yeah, Milwaukee for sure.
Like Bam's been playing out. Jimmy's been playing out. They've all been playing well, but Milwaukee's just got the experience.
Nah, yeah.
I'm going Milwaukee in 6.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go piss off some Canadians. Toronto versus the Celtics. I've got the Celtics.
Yeah, I got the Celtics too. I mean, I feel like, you know, we haven't had a playoff matchup. Have we ever? When's the last time we played in the playoffs? Celtics, Raptors. Not that I can recall.
I
at
can't
all.
even think of it because one of those teams always gets knocked out by LeBron.
Or usually both.
Or both. Or both.
It's true. I'm taking the Celtics. That might go 7, man.
That might go to 7, but I'm taking the Celtics. I just think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are too good. And Kemba Walker, especially like...
Dude, the fact that they have Kemba...
No, not the fact they have Kemba Walker, the fact they don't have Kyrie. I think that's the biggest thing. Taking away Kyrie is just, it's addition by subtraction. And then they got Kemba Walker on top of that, a guy that plays team ball and doesn't over dribble it and then shoot 6
He's a
for
great
22.
leader. He's a great leader. I mean, Kemba Walker was like...
It's like Chauncey Billups.
Not
quite,
as a player.
Not quite.
Not as good. Like he's similar.
Chauncey, but you know
as a
what?
player.
He's more talented. He's more...
No, but like the mentality of I'll
As
do
a
the,
leader, yeah.
I'll do the
leader.
mature things on the court. I will, talk to my teammates the right way, all that kind of stuff. He's
Yeah,
got that
Mr.
down
Big
pat.
Shot. Yeah, they definitely have their own idiosyncrasies that separate themselves from each other.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups was, I think, a much better leader, higher IQ. Kemba Walker is
Proven playoff performer as well.
Proven playoff performer. Kemba Walker much more. I believe that Kemba Walker much more talented. Much more talented. Still a great leader.
Yep.
Maybe he'll come into his own, and because Chauncey Billups, like, I mean, he had his IQ at the start, but we saw him really show his leadership after Detroit.
What I'm trying to get at is they're both not Kyrie Irving levels of toxicity.
No, not at all.
1,000%, not at all. 1,000%.
All right, so Milwaukee Celtics, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've got the Celtics at 7.
I'd love to see it happen. I think if any team can beat Milwaukee, I think Boston are the best
I'd actually like to watch Boston.
constructed team.
I'd like to see Boston beat Milwaukee. I would.
But do you think it's possible?
I think it's possible.
I think it's 100%
They have
the personnel.
They have the personnel. They have the firepower.
Did you just burp into the microphone?
It was. I'm sad that someone noticed that. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Or did you see it?
all of that inside.
Well, as long as you don't burp into the microphone.
I've been good.
It was just like mid talk and it just came out.
We'll let that slide.
It's too many Coronas.
Pause.
Insensitive prick. Okay, so
it's a beer.
Milwaukee
It's
Celtics.
still a beer.
It's Milwaukee Celtics. What do you think?
I'm gonna go the Celtics. I feel like we're such a better team. They have the best player, but I feel like we can with who we have on the roster, we can contain their offense.
I think you can contain Giannis.
I don't think Giannis is smart enough to be able to pick the Celtics apart.
I mean, look what he did to us last playoffs. But we, as
Kyrie Irving.
we
You can't blame it all on
we had
Kyrie
some
Irving.
I'm blaming everything on Kyrie Irving.
No, you can't
Offensively,
you can't blame it all on Kyrie.
Offensively, you might be able to, but defensively, like
He wasn't given any effort.
No. Offensively, but it counts in offense as well. He was ball hogging. He was shooting 6 for 22, 7 of 22, like 5 of 22.
Not playing any defense.
Not playing
'Cause Kyrie
defense.
can play defense when he tries.
Bro, the guy, he was just phoning it in, and like
I think he just
it was
knew.
sad.
He knew one. He was completely disengaged.
Yeah, 100%. I think we got to play really good basketball to beat Milwaukee. I think we're capable of it. I'm going to take the Celtics in 7. Yeah, I've pegged a few 7-game series in this.
There's a lot of, but was it last year that those? No, was it the year before? There was a lot of 7-game series. Was it only last year or the year before?
last year there was
last
a lot
year
of
a lot of 7-game series. It's actually really exciting.
there was like a lot of 6-game and 7-game series about last year, which was awesome.
And the infamous bounce,
Yeah, that one.
the infamous Kawhi bounce.
That was crazy.
Dude, I can't even think about like Joel Embiid must play that back in his mind in slow motion every day. Just do that ball, just
Wasn't Embiid and Simmons on him?
huh? I think so, but in the photo, have you seen the photo, the iconic photo? It's Embiid is just like sitting there, like is standing there, just like looking. Like,
I feel bad.
like
He's like bad for him.
He looks like
the guy was crying afterwards. People were getting on him.
He looked like a stunned deer.
Do you know what? I respect the shit out of him. He's a bit dumb. Like, he's getting dumber.
I don't know if he's dumb.
He's getting dumber.
He's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's dumb though.
Yeah.
NBA Finals, Lakers Celtics.
Ooh, that's what.
Wow,
we
you guys didn't even ask me how many games that. You didn't ask me who wins or.
It's Lakers Celtics.
No.
It's 2 against 1.
No, the Milwaukee
Yeah,
series.
you didn't
right?
even ask me about. You don't care what I think.
It's Lakers Celtics. Are you not happy?
No, what it's saying is I didn't.
the guy-
I know that. I'm making fun of you right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
I want to hear what the guy has to say.
Oh, you being big tough
want-
guy right now in your
I'll go-
camo bloody jacket.
Well, I just wanted to go against the grain because you guys are all going for Boston. I was like, you know what? I actually want to see
Nah.
Boston go.
But honestly, who do you think? Sorry, I didn't ask. But Milwaukee, Boston, who do you got?
Yeah, I can see Boston winning. Let me take Milwaukee in 6.
They're fair points.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Milwaukee in 6.
I just think Brad Stevens is the better coach. I think Milwaukee are front runners a lot of the time. I don't think Giannis is smart enough to pick the Celtics apart. That's the only thing.
And I think we're gonna come back a better team.
Yep. I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are really going to benefit from
I
this.
think your X factor is Gordon Hayward. Because
Smart.
we see what Marcus Smart is consistent. And you know I think he'll ball out. He'll do what he does but he's like one of those players. You know he's always going to give it his all. And I'm not saying Gordon Hayward isn't. Or what I'm saying is Gordon Hayward becomes that player because dude, like on a good day, you know Gordon like for good series, Gordon Hayward could give you 22.
he can give you 30.
He can
And
give you 20.
he's efficient as hell right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He can shoot. He's athletic. He can dunk. He can dunk or something. He can jump for a white boy.
Bro, they're 43 and 21 for a reason. They're only one game back from the Clippers.
That's why. So if Gordon Hayward balls out, Gordon Hayward balls out all season. Sorry, all series. Boston in 7. If he doesn't, Milwaukee in 6.
Okay, that's a fair point.
I feel like Kemba, Jalen, and Tatum are gonna have some big series.
I'm not worried about them.
Without the crowd though.
Yeah.
I think with them playing in that kind of pickup game type atmosphere,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna show out.
Yeah, and like, I don't really worry about what they're gonna do. I think Kemba Walker's proven himself, even though he hasn't been to the level where he's getting like where we
I
presume
think we
that
know
he's
what we're
to.
gonna get from him.
Yeah, we know. Like I think Kemba Walker performs on every level. He might choke. I don't know, but I don't think so.
All right, Lakers, Celtics, classic finals. Who we got?
I got Celtics in 7.
I got Lakers in 5.
I got Celtics in 7. I'm not gonna bet against them. And the thing is, I've watched so much Celtic Lakers battles. Even in the years where we didn't have great teams, we always step up against the Lakers. And I think that this team and the team that I've watched for the past few years is capable of beating any team. That's why we held the best record against the Warriors.
That's a real fan. You're a real fan.
No, but like, we held the best record against. Let's calm down.
That wasn't even in like that wasn't even in any malice. Like it was actually. I was actually saying that that's a good fan. Like you believe in your team.
I thought you were being a Gronk.
No, I wasn't.
No, you were being a Gronk. No, but like in the Warriors dynasty, if you want to call that, the Celtics held the best record against them.
Yeah.
We didn't have anywhere near a top 5 roster in the NBA. I think the construct of this team can beat teams that are on paper better than them. Are the Lakers a better team on paper? I mean, I think 9 out of 10 people would say yes. Yeah. I don't think there'd be many people that, including myself, that would say that the Celtics roster right now is better than the Lakers. But I think we can beat them. Like, we're up by 37 points in a regular season game against you guys.
Dude, you guys are notorious overachievers for the personnel that is on your team. You see, for instance, Isaiah Thomas's team, which wasn't a bad team, but you guys got to Eastern Conference.
It wasn't an elite.
wasn't an elite team. It wasn't a top heavy team. It was a nice balanced team. It was kind of like it's almost like a new generation Spurs. But yeah. So I think look, I respect you saying 7 games. We're gonna whoop you. But like I actually really like the Celtics. I've liked them for like a few years now, and that's a weird thing to have to say on record, being a Lakers fan. So I hope
it definitely won't be a whooping either way. I think that'll be a very close series and a very entertaining series.
It'll be very entertaining.
I think LeBron is too smart, and he will pick those Celtics apart like he does every single time. I think, and this is how I think it's going to go down. I think the Celtics are going to take the first game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Celtics steal the first one. I wouldn't be surprised.
The Celtics will take the first game, and then it'll be a gentleman's sweep. Or Celtics will take the first 2, and then LeBron will come back. I see
Celtics winning the first.
Yeah.
Lakers taking 2.
Yeah.
Celtics taking another one.
Lakers just finishing it off. Yeah. It's a chance.
I mean that sounds.
You know what? It's a pure coin toss.
But like I said before, me being a Lakers fan, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I think if we're out there, if everyone's performing, you guys are performing, we're performing at the best level, each respective team. Man, we've got it, man.
Yeah,
we've got it. Like we have to. I'll put my left nut on it. So if we're performing,
both teams playing at their full potential, you got to go to the Lakers. 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Like I feel like Boston is the type of team that can get the other team out of their full potential. Yeah. We see that time and time again.
They're one of the best defensive teams tenaciously, and like I think even offensively with.
We got weapons.
You have weapons. You have weapons, and even you make it like even when you haven't had weapons, you've made offense work.
Man, look, all I'm gonna say is after the Lakers win, I just want to know one seriously important question.
If the Lakers win.
No, when the Lakers win.
No, it's not how
Which
it works.
NBA rapper is going to be singing the song at the end of the finals?
Well, like a run-out test did when Lakers won their
Is it going to be Dame Lillard? Is Dame Lillard going to be doing the celebration for the Lakers? Is it going to be Lonzo Ball up there?
I don't think so. No.
Nah, come on, man.
Wouldn't it be a Laker if anything?
Oh, so it should be Ron
It
Artest.
should be Kyle Kuzma.
Does Kyle Kuzma rap?
I don't know if he does.
It'd be Kuz. DG's been getting on Instagram lately.
Does Danny Green have bars?
I don't know if he. I mean, most of these players can rap.
So in case everyone at home does not know, every NBA player now thinks they're a rapper, and
this has been going on for decades.
Nah, man,
Decades. Shaq did it. Kobe did it.
Yeah, but it's not as prevalent as it is now. All of them now have a SoundCloud account.
See me in the club. see me in the club with a bottle full of dub. Give me the ball, butter chicken, I'm a nugget.
So Lonzo Ball just dropped the track. Aaron Gordon dropped one of the best tracks of all time, 9 out of 10.
Nah.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Nah, that shit was whack.
That rap was, I mean...
That was the best diss track of all time. I don't know.
He can dunk. He can dunk.
Yeah,
that boy can dunk.
Stick to dunking though, man.
Wow, you just went full shut up and dribble just then.
Oh man, nah.
Oh, fuck. But
I think it's a little bit like what's going on in the NBA right now. I'm trying to figure out.
They have a lot of free time. Trae Young is making TikToks. Lonzo Ball is trying to release an EP. Yeah, it's all.
I don't mind Lonzo's tracks.
Huh?
I don't mind Lonzo's tracks.
Actually, look, so you've heard his newest one?
Yeah, I just heard it before. I thought that was all right. Like, I didn't really listen to the lyrics and stuff, so I can't comment on that side of things. But he's got a cool flow. He's the beats. The production seems all right. Like, yeah, it's not bad.
I think you hit the nail on the head saying, like, it's a cool song, it's got a cool beat, everything, not memorable.
It's not memorable. It's not something I'll go back to.
Well,
I think the message is amazing because it's obviously on current social issues at the moment. We know that there's a justice issue in America, so I like the fact that Lonzo's gone to his outlet, which is music, to express himself and obviously address the matter because it's important. It's the message that needs to be heard. In terms of that doesn't then make me have to go say, okay, this guy has bars.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not saying he can't rap. I
just love it. I just love the fact that like Lonzo Ball put out like he's
but have you seen the streams on Spotify? He's getting Spotify money. Like,
Is he?
I mean, yeah, that would be like. I mean, every song in his. If you go to Spotify, you type him up. He's got like 5 songs in the top there. There's one with like 7 million streams. Let's just pull it up actually.
Who's the best? Who's the best NBA rapper of all time?
Dude, it's not even a question. It's not even a question.
I mean,
It's not
we're
close.
doing it. We're doing it again. Define best.
Uh-huh.
Define best. What's the best?
Longevity, most hits. How do you define best rapper?
Just quickly.
Flow?
So, just quickly. So I'm on Spotify. I'm looking at Zoe's discography, if you must, for his most popular songs, his 5 most popular songs. So Swerve is on 3 million. Zoe 2 is on 8 million. Mellow Ball is on 6 million.
So-
Get
so
Off
the-
6 million and Super Saiyan 8 million.
The songs did better than the shoes. That's for damn sure.
It's for real. It's no joke. So you know, it's not. People are obviously vibing it to some degree if it's getting this kind of traction. Like he's obviously got a big platform. People are playing it.
Well,
So
their little reality show, Ball in the Family. I watched a couple episodes of that.
what do you think of that?
I stopped watching it after a few episodes, but I thought it was kind of entertaining. Like, it's
They're
not
fun,
really
they're
my
fun.
vibe.
They're like a funny family. They are
Yeah.
like they are. Like, I've seen like little sound bites and stuff like that where they roast each other.
And I actually like. I'm a fan. I'm a LeVar fan. Like I am. Like I think he says some crazy shit.
We've met LeVar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could have like something come up on that little screen there, like a little photo of all of us cracking cheesy smiles at LeVar Ball. Oh, wow.
No, but I
that was
respect
wild.
LeVar because he's like, you know, he's a obviously a good parent. He's
A great parent.
He's provided well for his children, and you know
He's definitely sold them.
He's going to get 3 of 3 sons into the NBA. Obviously, LiAngelo, who was very short lived, is experiencing the NBA, but LaMelo's going to play.
Jello's still in the NBA. He's part of the OKC like practice crew or some shit like that.
Okay.
He's in the
Knickerbockers.
he's in the G League.
Is he in the G League?
He's in the G League. He's not in an NBA team.
Who do you got as a rapper? Who's better, Zoe or Dame Dollar?
Are you kidding
Nah.
me? It's a landslide.
Dame's
a
got legit
landslide.
bars.
Dame can rap,
Dame's
bro.
got legit
And
bars.
he also talks about he's on the same thing where he talks about the social justice issues and all that. He's a woke rapper. He's like it's not like he's talking about coming up in the club and getting bitches and all that shit. He's actually rapping about stuff that's real. I mean,
Well, I like his song with Lil Wayne that he dropped on his first
I
album.
haven't heard that.
You haven't heard his first song with Lil Wayne?
No.
Oh, that was a dope song. And then he's got a few. He's actually got a few awesome tracks, and like he did well at the NBA All Star game, getting up and performing and all that.
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
He
stuff.
did really well.
That's what I'm saying to you. Dame Dollar is certified. Like he could, like if you said Dame Dollar was a rapper and like he left the NBA, people would listen to his shit.
All right, bottom 5 worst.
Worst.
Yeah.
But the greatest rapper of all time is Shaq.
You think?
Yeah. He,
Give me some bars. What's your favorite line by Shaq?
man, I can tell you that.
Nah. Yeah, what you mean, man?
No, but he had a platinum album.
Huh? Did you actually have a platinum album?
I'm pretty sure, bro.
Yeah, but he was playing for the Lakers. It was the early 2000s. People were wearing parachute
no.
pants.
Hip hop was different.
But
Hip-hop-
that was iconic.
Hip hop was different back then. You
That
know?
was
Like,
iconic.
you
He had
look-
those tracks with Biggie.
yeah.
Can't Stop the Rain, I think one of them was.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay. So in that regard, if we're going to, it's actually you pose a legible argument that Shaq is the greatest rapper of all time in the NBA because
So he did a track with Biggie, Can't Stop the Rain. Straight Playing. He's got a few.
but
tracks.
what I'm saying is based off that
He's
premise.
got a song with RZA and Method Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He had
RZA.
legit-
Yeah. So it's a
Look, Shaq was the first to do it, but I'm gonna say Dame Dollar's the best.
Okay, no. But this is the hard part because I was convinced Dame is. I still think Dame is a better lyricist and a better artist than Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
However, now we have to do the same thing that we were doing when we were talking about NBA players and NBA greats.
Yep.
We now have to talk about accolades. Did Shaq go platinum?
He did.
If Shaq went platinum, that's a big call.
Yeah, but bro, nobody goes platinum these days.
And he's got a track with one of the immortals. So if he's got a track with
He's got two
Biggie,
with Biggie.
he's got two tracks.
Bro.
it's actually a good
Dame
song.
has a track with an immortal. Lil Wayne's an immortal.
Lil Wayne is an immortal.
You can't tell me that Lil Wayne was the best rapper.
Lil Wayne was one of the best rappers
But
at
hold on.
at a period.
Hold on. Like, if you listen to the Biggie track, that's a legit track. That's
So's Damian Lillard.
it sounds like a little bit of a feature from Lil Wayne.
Nah,
It's
come on,
not-
man.
It doesn't sound like the same collaborative type of art. But yeah, I mean, Dame can rap for sure. Dame can definitely rap.
Okay, off the top of your heads, who was the worst?
Worse.
I want to say Kobe Bryant.
Nah, I don't think
wasn't
Kobe.
that bad.
Well, didn't our test had a pretty bad.
Bro, did you not see Kobe and Tyra Banks perform?
Oh no.
Kobe like had
Is
a
that when
debut.
Kobe had the fro?
Yeah, he was Froby.
Yeah.
It was early 2001.
Yeah, he tried the whole rapping thing, and you know what? Kobe's a really, really smart guy, so I assumed that Kobe would really, really have bars.
Bro,
because he has a great.
I don't know if Kobe was the same level of intellect back then.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Yeah, you can become smarter.
But the fundamentals remain the same.
I don't know if Froby was introspectively thinking and things like that.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think Kobe is mine definitely elevated
Bro,
to a whole new level.
Let's be real. Like who's his co-star on that track? It's Tyra Banks.
Okay.
Tyra Banks is not
Tyra Banks horrible.
is not a musician.
She's someone you look at, not listen to. But say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong. No. Go say it. Do it. Say I'm wrong.
I ain't gonna say shit.
Exactly. Now, with man, I'm gonna have some people.
Ronny-
I'm gonna have some people coming for me. I'm gonna have some people coming
You
for
were
me.
yelling at me about if we're gonna have a guest on. This guy out here's been going after everyone today.
Okay, dude.
I'm staying out of this one.
Tyra Banks didn't reply my DMs. If Tyra Banks didn't reply to my DMs, I'll apologize. But she ain't replied my DMs. All right, I sent her an eggplant emoji and it didn't. No, I'm joking. I didn't do that. Okay, but what was I getting at? Okay, so the whole Kobe thing. Let's just for the record. I've listened, I think, to 1 or 2 tracks, and it was stricken from the record, my personal record, and I pretty much gave myself that little laser that Will Smith gives all this. What's it called?
The memory bleep or whatever it is. Yeah,
whatever the hell that is. That's what I gave myself because that has to be taken.
All right, so we got to Kobe up there. How about Ron Artest? Ron Artest made a track when
the Lakers won. I think it was a two-peat. After the two-peat, I think he made it.
But he only won with the Lakers. The first one was Trevor Ariza. They got rid of him,
And they got Ron.
and then they got Ron Artest from the
Wait,
Rockets.
dude, I thought we got. Oh, we did too get Trevor. Do get rid of Trevor Ariza after 08? I thought it was after 09.
No, it was after 09, but Artest wasn't on the 09 team. He was on the 2010 team.
Yeah. I wish we kept Trevor Ariza. But I mean, for exchange for Meta World Peace, it's arguable. But I mean, Kobe gave me the ball.
Nah, man, that track
was great.
That track that he
Iconic.
dropped, that was highly questionable.
That was something else.
I'm trying to think of who else. Who else has dropped some questionable tracks in their time?
Man, that Aaron Gordon track was whack. Man.
I think it was catchy.
Yeah.
We were singing it. We were all singing it.
Man.
9 out of 10.
No.
I feel like
It's a diss track to D-Wade. He didn't do that bad.
He didn't do that great.
It's extremely uncool, that track.
Aaron Gordon.
I think it's uncool.
Aaron Gordon is an uncool guy.
No, he's not.
He's not cool.
I think he's better than that.
No. Yeah, I think he's only young, 24. Let's see if he comes out with more stuff. Dude, we're forgetting about one
He has
artist.
to- no,
he's not a
he's-
rapper. He's not a rapper.
Aaron Gordon has more tracks.
No, I know, but I'm gonna deviate from Aaron Gordon. I'm happy to listen to more because I don't think he's whack. I don't think he's whack. He could come with more stuff. Like it's not
Who?
Aaron Gordon.
I don't think he's whack. I think that song's whack.
Okay.
Who are you going to speak about?
Dude, we forgot about one musician in the NBA.
Master P?
Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo.
Yeah, he could sing.
He can sing. Have you heard it?
Yeah,
He was the masked singer, wasn't he?
Huh?
He was the masked singer in America. There was a TV series called The Masked Singer.
Yeah,
and he ended up being the guy
he jumped
behind
on
the
it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Victor Oladipo can. Yeah,
Do you know Master P had a couple of preseason games in the NBA?
What?
I didn't know.
Master P.
No.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Could he actually ball? I know his
He
son
was
could
good,
ball.
but I think they kind of like it was a bit of a dream for him to play in the NBA, so they gave him a bit of a run in the
Dude,
preseason.
isn't Master P worth like a shit ton of money?
Yeah.
He's worth a bill. He was the first one worth a bill.
Is he worth a bill now?
He's close to it. Like he
It's
was
like
the one
500 mil,
that
something
he
like
was the
that.
one that started producing all
No Limit
rappers.
Records, I think it was.
He was the one that started doing all the clothing labels. He was the one that started signing. So he was kind of like P Diddy before P Diddy was P Diddy.
Yeah.
According to celebritynetworth.com, he is worth $200 million.
That's a lot of money.
He's not a billionaire, but yeah.
But he was like the
top.
first.
He was the first to be like to have money, because that's money. Having 200 mil in the bank, That's money.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I watched this. I don't know if you guys ever watched South Park, but there's this really funny episode of South Park where they talk about.
Are they talking about vote or die?
No, no, not better die. They're talking about piracy, right? And they're talking about the irony of piracy, and they're like, oh, you know, look at what you've done by stealing all this music. You've ruined all these celebrities' lives. Look at Master P, right? Master P now can no longer afford the jumbo private jet. He's now had to downsize and get the medium-sized jet because of all your piracy.
He used to fly in a G4 jet, and now he has to fly in a G3 jet. Oh God, the humanity!
Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious.
All right, so what do we think? Should NBA players be rappers?
Yeah, 100%. Let it do your thing.
Do you think?
I like it, but I'm not going to like every damn song they put out.
Yeah, 100%. No.
So we're allowed to rip into them?
Yeah, dude. I mean, if we don't do it, Twitter's gonna do it. If I think there's this crazy thing about NBA players, and I think someone actually mentions it in music. I forget who it is, but he talks about how rappers want to be. Is it G-Eazy?
Rappers want to be NBA players and NBA players want to be rappers?
100%. The grass is greener on the other side. They all want to do it. You know what I mean? Drake wants to be an honorary Toronto Raptor. You know what I mean? It's hilarious.
Yeah, Drake's a joke.
Yeah. Nothing entertains me more. Nothing entertains me more than that old video of him at I think it was like UN.
Was he in the wheelchair when he was playing on Degrassi?
No. I think he was it Kentucky?
Look, my
Or
favorite
Duke. It was like he was warming up with them, and then like he shot a 3-pointer. It was like the biggest air ball ever.
my favorite Drake moment in the NBA with NBA like all together is Klay Thompson and KD hanging out in the finals. Okay, this wasn't even like, and Drake was in the back. Okay, and the Warriors just tied it up 1-1, and Klay turns to Drake and he goes, "What about that, Aubrey? Yeah, you ain't talking shit now. Yeah, what do you think about that?" Bro, when Klay called Drake,
the first
Aubrey,
time Klay ever opened his mouth?
Bro, Klay Thompson.
I didn't know he had.
Klay Thompson
shit
talked
like that.
shit to Drake, and like,
What do you mean?
that was the coolest thing.
What do you mean? Don't you remember when Klay Thompson said LeBron James must be in his feelings?
Oh yeah, I did hear that. But he's not as outspoken normally.
I think that's enough for today. I think we opened up the window plenty. I think we let a lot of heat out. Have a good one.
I agree.
Later.